I've been ignoring this for a while, but I'm gonna say it now. I'm all for feminism, fully. But somewhere along the way, a lot of you all forgot it was not about pulling men down to feel powerful. It was about standing beside them. Not above, not below, beside. And I say this with love. But the moment I use a male example to explain shame or emotional stuff in my videos, the rage in the comments, it's wild. Suddenly I'm defending men. Suddenly it's patriarchy this, patriarchy that. Babe, no, that's not feminism. That's revenge, that's bitterness. If anger and blame are driving you, that's not healing, that's projection. And don't get me wrong, I know the system's been hell on women. I get it. But hating men, that's not the solution. In fact, I'm just gonna go by my own experience as a coach. I get more male clients than female. These are men doing the inner work, unlearning shame, taking accountability. So if you think men are not trying, you're just not looking at the right places. I just don't understand the double standards. You get to throw tantrums and call it hormones, or this is just how girls are. But when he shuts down, suddenly he's a red flag. Like, babe, he's socially conditioned to suppress. He's unlearning decades of emotional shutdown. See, I'm not here to excuse bad behavior. No, not at all. But I'm here to say healing doesn't happen through blame. It happens through accountability, space, connection. You want better relationships? Stop playing team woman versus team men. Start making it you versus your pattern. Because we have got flaws too. We have got ego too. And healing starts when we stop pointing fingers and start holding mirrors. Not everyone's ready for that. But if you are, let's go.
Here's my hot take on a girls' night. Girls' night is not girls' night. Please stop lying. Dressing up in skimpy outfits, saying I'm doing it for my girls, I worked hard all week, I deserve this. No, you're not. You're actually chasing outside validation and attention from men who are not your husband or your boyfriend. Let's be real. That is not empowerment. That is pure disrespect. This has nothing to do with insecurity at all. This is about respect. Respect for your man, respect for your relationship, respect for yourself. If you're fully committed, why put yourself in an environment built on alcohol, hooking up, and attention? You do not go fishing where you do not intend to catch. A real girls' night, in my opinion, that is pajamas, movies, laughs, deep talks, maybe some wine, not parading around bars, clubs, or where single people are on the prowl. Call it for what it is, temptation and destruction. If you think that's innocent fun, then you do not have the first clue about loyalty. Respect is a choice, and choosing to avoid those places is how you prove where your loyalty really stands.
If you think about it, there's nothing to appreciate a man for.
If you think about it,
ugly women ain't gonna find no true love. I promise you.
There's nothing to appreciate a man for.
Ask any ugly woman. Have you ever found true love, man? Nope.
it really sucks when you're not attractive because men completely ignore you, right?
Rule number one, ladies, do not take advice from ugly women. Stop with the everybody's beautiful. Where are these ugly women getting their confidence from? I want to know.
If you think about it.
Fat women, I know, they get their confidence from black dudes and Puerto Ricans hitting on them. But ugly women, what is it? Is it the Mexicans that are coming in and hitting on you that make you think you're special? Number two, just don't listen to fat women either. Fat women will always tell you the best way to lose weight, which already is like...
There's nothing to appreciate a man for.
So, get up in the morning, brush them teeth, put that makeup on, do your hair, okay? Put on some lotion, spray some perfume, take a bath, take a shower, wear an outfit, not a t-shirt. I'm just being honest. People can say I'm mean, but they can't say I'm not being, they can't say it's not true what I'm telling y'all. How are you going to get on the screen talking about you looking for true love and not looking for you?
What is the one thing that every race, religion, nationality has in common?
Leadership.
Wrong. The one thing everyone has in common, ugly people, right? Every race has ugly people. The beauty of ugly is that it doesn't discriminate. Write that down, please. Should we treat ugly people the same as attractive people?
Yes, we should.
The actual correct answer is no.
Y'all, please stop letting hating men and women bully you out of finding and wanting to be with a rich man. There is literally no award for suffering. And being with a rich man is lit. Like, you're not stressed out. You can focus on yourself. You get to do one-in-a-lifetime experiences. And worst case scenario, if you get played, at least you get a good return on your investment. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
I'm not throwing my self-esteem on the ground because a guy have money. A lot of these rich people are into some weird. And when you get into a relationship with them, they want to do a bunch of stuff to you. Have you guys seen Diddy? Huh? The that Cassie had to go through with that man, and he had money. That's what some of y'all are gonna go through.
What is the process for a woman to check themselves? Because I hear this all the time from men. They be like, bro, women don't take no accountability. So what was it like for you to say, I'm gonna take accountability, I'm tough?
I had to look myself in the mirror. It was argument after argument. And the arguments was the exact same argument of, let me lead. You know what I'm saying? It can't be two head of the household, you know? And once I got into my Bible, once I got into my word, it was like, let that man lead. You know, it was the same argument, repeat all the time, the same thing over and over and over. It was us clashing like this. Why? Because I was wanting to run things, because that's what I was taught to do. But then when I realized it was affecting my marriage, and I didn't want to be a single mom, and I wanted my kids to have a different life from me. I wanted them to have a mom and dad in the house. It was like I had to tighten up. It was like, if you want this thing, close your mouth. Close your mouth. And I know a lot of women is like, we living in a day now where, it's a lot of, the type of energy, a lot of, I ain't gonna go there. But my marriage was what was important. My children was important. Them living in a 2-parent household was important. And if me closing my mouth is gonna save it, then I'm gonna close my mouth.
Okay, if you're gonna make a video about your husband, how he's literally the worst man alive, and then your next post is not a divorce announcement, it's a pregnancy announcement, I need you to shut off your phone and stop telling us. You clearly like to be miserable. Stop telling us.
Now, this is something that I can actually agree with. However, there's a part that she's not discussing. And that part is that those same women that get online and complain about their relationships and marriages and paint their husband out to be the worst person possible and still stay with him, be lying. A lot of them do it for the validation and the attention of other women on social media because it feels good. That's why a lot of those women don't ever leave, because he's not really as horrible as they make him out to be. And not only do they refuse to leave, you never actually see this man. You don't even know if he really exists. And a lot of the times, if they do actually have a husband, he's not even on social media as much as they are. And so in turn, there's a good chance he's probably not going to even see the video that she made about him unless someone directly sends it to him, which is a slim chance, which now puts him in a position to probably never ever see the video. And if he ever does approach her about it, she's going to make light of the situation, make it seem like it's nothing when it really is something. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to be like, you know what, whatever. I'm not really tripping about it because I know it's not true, even though it should be a really big issue in a relationship. And then there's a good chance she's probably going to give him that head that she promised him 3 months ago. And he's going to feel better about himself. He's going to climax, go to sleep, and forget all about it. Unfortunately, that is the sequence for a lot of men in America. But you know what? I ain't got to listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, get the change.
To the women that take over a day and a half to respond to a text message, just know that I get it. Lesser men would probably think it's an obvious ploy to try and make yourself look busier and more popular than you actually are. But I know that when you are not performing heart transplants on orphans or adopting turtles with HIV, you're training for both the summer and winter Olympics. And even though when we met, you were waiting for the bus, the only bus you take now is your tour bus around the country because you're also an accomplished folk singer and banjoist. And the selfies you put up during that time were not a blatant slap in the face to me, but instead a attempt from your management team to try and make you look more human and normal, which we now know you're not. So just the fact that you took the half second to heart my message shows how truly selfless and generous you are. And if you were ever able to respond with a few words or even a full sentence, that would be life-changing for me. But of course, no rush.
If your boyfriend complains about doing normal boyfriend tasks, it's a huge red flag and you should know now.
Oh dear. Now, believe it or not, there are actually still quite a large number of women that genuinely believe in stereotypical gender roles. However, I must point out that this usually only applies to when they're in a relationship, and more pointedly, it only applies to the men. They believe that if they're in a relationship with a man, that the man should be performing all the stereotypical chores that would fall to a gentleman, such as taking out the trash, building things, lifting heavy objects, and taking care of the car. Yet many of these women, because they mistakenly call themselves feminists, mostly because they don't understand the definition of the term, would be very upset if someone insinuated that they should be performing stereotypical women's tasks, such as cooking and cleaning. So why is gender roles okay in one situation, but yet not in another?
And I really like the mindset of the woman that was talking about, I didn't want to be a single mother. I just had to come to the realization that if I want this thing to work, I need to be quiet. I have to start closing my mouth. And a lot of modern women will hear that and say, well, he's taking away who you are. You're not really who you are. You're not your fullest self. Y'all's fullest self be unhinged. Y'all's fullest self be undisciplined, mouthy. I mean, even outside of relationships, we don't even need to get to a relationship. We're just talking about the way you behave with people around you in general. Y'all do that type of stuff and people don't want to be around you. That's what you're going to be running into. Y'all seem to act like y'all don't understand that. You are not a pleasant person to be around. And you're, like I said, we don't even need to get to dating. You're unpleasant to be around in the first place. Nobody is going to want to be around you.
Women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away until it's too late, until he's gone. Here's how you notice. It's not always cheating that drives men out. It's disrespect, constant negativity, emasculinizing him, belittling him, and making him feel like no matter what he does, it's never enough. When men feel drained instead of inspired, they don't explode. They retreat. They stop opening up. They stop putting in effort. They stop fighting for the relationship. And then the women play the victim, acting blindsided when he finally leaves. But the truth is, you created an environment where he couldn't thrive, where his presence felt like a burden instead of a blessing. And men will not stay where they feel unvalued, unseen, unappreciated. So if your man is pulling away, stop pointing the finger at him and look in the mirror. You might be the reason. Respect him, admire him, build him up instead of tearing him down, because the moment he realizes peace exists without you, he'll never come back. And that's a hard truth most women don't want to hear.
Because the problem with women in social media is really not the media itself, it's what we choose to consume, right? So for men, a lot of times they consume content that is about leveling up to some extent, how to get more money, how to look better, how to attract more women, whatever. For women, oftentimes it is just content that validates, you're perfect the way that you are. Everything about women is great. You don't have to change for any man. You can just keep being yourself and somebody's going to come into your life and fall in love with you just as you are. That's the issue, because then we're not growing. We're not challenging ourselves. We're not becoming better people. We're not becoming better women. And the women that do try and make content like that, y'all reject them like, because you think that they're talking bad about you, when in reality, they're just asking you to do better, step up, become a better version of yourself, so that way you can actually get the things that you want. But y'all just want to believe that you can stay the same and get the things you want. And that doesn't make any sense. So if we collectively as women change the type of content that we consume, I think that it could help us grow. But, the girls just want to hear about what's on sale and clothes and makeup and shoes and hair and blah, 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 blah.
You got people that chronically run people off and then complain about the fact that they are no longer there. Oh, nobody ain't here for me. Nobody ain't nothing for me. I had to do this all by myself, because you wanted that story, baby. You wanted that story. You wanted the struggle story. You wanted the story of nobody loves me. Everybody does this to me. Every time I give my heart away, they hurt me. And you do stuff to run people off, and then you act as if you don't understand what you did to run those people off as to why nobody's in your corner. Make it make sense, y'all. Please, how does it make sense? Run for the hills. Like, I know now. When somebody say how all these different people that did them wrong, baby, I need to know what you did. What did you do? What did you do to make these people say they ain't messing with you and they gotta leave out your life? What did you do? What you do? What you do? I don't know. Seems kind of fishy to me, because everybody just left you. Nobody wants to deal with you.
And talk about when they're alone, because I genuinely do not understand how men do not know personal Okay, so I guess this is a secret that many people don't know. Pop culture loves to portray men as being very simple and shallow, like we'll get together and we'll just talk about sports all day. We'll never get into anything about our personal lives. And I guess women don't realize there's a reason for this. From birth, it was my understanding that the most noble thing you can do as a man is not be a burden on other people. And most men I've known experience talking about deep subjects as work. You are putting a burden on them. It's not a burden to talk about sports or video games or Warhammer figures, but it is, in our perception, a burden to talk about our jobs, our relationships, and so on. So the arrangement you wind up with is, because I like you, I'm not going to burden you.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis. Loneliness in women especially, not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first, you don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families, they built the roots, they built something bigger than themselves, and this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill. They just postponed it. And the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy, and independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose, because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate, it isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem, abandoning it was.
Why you would rather be trapped with a bear?
I would choose a bear because more often than not, if I'm not a threat to the bear,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like safe, it's like not a mama bear that's trying to protect her cub, then more than likely they're not gonna bother me. Like,
Where you getting this information from?
I actually read a lot.
Mhm.
I follow a lot of nature pages and like that. So
Mhm.
as long as you look just as threatening to them, they'll leave you alone. And then after that, I'll go about my business. I don't trust men as much as I might trust an animal. Like animals, for the most part, they really do steer clear of us. A man, like, he could be on anything. He could be tweaking in his head. I don't know what he's going through in his life. He might try to snatch me up when he.
What if the bear is fucked up too? What if the bear got like some severe trauma? Like they just gonna attack anybody?
I'll take that chance with a bear. I like animals. I don't.
You'd rather be
trust-
attacked by a bear?
I've had experience with men already.
So
I
wait.
choose a
So let me
bear.
ask you a question, right? Who you think you got a better chance fighting?
All right, see, now this is where y'all got me f***ed up.
Mhm.
Because it was a very blanket statement, a very black and white question.
Uh-huh.
Now y'all putting stipulations and extra.
All right, but you.
I've been like driving
Mhm.
on a regular street with the sidewalks and everything, and there's a bear right there, and there's also a random crazy man right there too.
Mhm.
And sometimes the crazy man might do something. You know, it's never really been like the bear does something. It's more so a fact
Unprovoked,
of,
right?
Yeah, it's
Do it
more so a
unprovoked.
fact of I'm angry, so I'm gonna attack them. I don't like this about them, so I'm gonna attack them.
I'm not a Yogi Bear specialist or anything like that, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I've seen countless videos where you have to stand still and not react when a bear is even on you, touching you. You have to stand like a statue, and even if he presses up on you, you can't run.
Why are we pretending like these aren't still wild animals?
Yeah.
They both.
You went to
fucked up.
worst case scenario when it came to the man, but not the bear.
But realistically, people are in the forest all the time.
The man could just be as lost as you are, and just like you say, humans are more
Yeah,
intellectual, so I can
but
figure
hold
out
on,
a
I'm
way
trying
to
to
get
figure
out
out
the
why
woods.
y'all trying to make us change how we.
I'm
not make us, but y'all asked us a question. We answered. Y'all about for men. What?
I don't know why.
Man,
I
y'all
just
want to be in a
wanna
woman,
know
man.
I just
Wanna want bump buddy.
And that man is not listening when you speak to him, because evidently you know how to speak to everybody with respect, your homegirls, your manager, people on the street, but you don't know how to talk to him and come correct. It's not about what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. We really need to focus on checking not only our tone, but our temperature. The temp. Bring it the down. Instead of the whole, I just think it's funny that maybe try approaching it differently. Give him his flowers, then give him critiques so that his defenses are down. Baby, I know you've been working hard and I've been seeing you showing up, but I really feel like you kind of been falling short in this area. Do you see how that just changed the situation? It went from a 10 to a guy 5.56. That's where they need to be at. Okay? Watch how you're talking to your significant other. If you can respect your boss, then you should be able to respect your man. Focus. Thank you.
Do women need men in this world?
No. A woman is trapped in an overturned SUV.
It's flipped upside down.
She can't breathe. Her head is pinned under the sunroof.
Her head's pinned.
She can't breathe. She can't breathe. Please. Time is running out.
She's trapped under the vehicle. I can't get it off.
Mommy. What happens next is superhuman. The deputy lifts the 3,500-pound SUV to free the woman. You hear him grunting at the top of his lungs.
Come on, trying to get out. Is your head clear?
It worked, and here is that hero today. Deputy John Holds of the Gloucester County Sheriff's Department in Virginia.
All I did was just put my shoulder into the door frame and brace, and then, just stood up. And that was enough to free her.
And this isn't the first time Deputy Holt has come.
There was a clip where they were talking about the man versus bear, and the woman was like, we all asked us a question, why are you trying to make us change? Well, I think y'all were having a discussion, and the discussion is, would you choose a man or a bear? Well, I would choose a man or a bear because of this, and this. When you continue to talk about it, I mean, we understand the psychology behind it, but when you talk about it, it just doesn't make sense because you don't really see a bear all the time. Well, there's people that live in the woods, you don't really. If you give bears, like say for instance, because it's not apples to oranges, or it's not apples to apples, it's like apples to zucchini. It's not the same thing. It's a different class, right? You see men every day, almost every second of the day. Whether you watch TV, you get to see men in every facet of their life. Every angle possible, you get to see a man in that from afar and up close, and to go through that. You don't get to see a bear in that angle, in that facet at all. So it's going to change because you don't really ever see the bear hungry like that. You might see the bear walk out and be kind of curious. Bears are curious a lot of times. So they're looking to see, I'm just looking for food. I'm seeing what's going on. You've never seen a bear in a mood. You've never really seen a bear go through certain emotions, or generally be spooked about something, or just generally be in a rage about something. You've never seen that. So all this talking about, well, I feel this is purely emotion, and it's stupidity at the end of the day.
I am 30 years old and I am not at all interested in men.
I've done so much on my own that I'm genuinely unimpressed by the population of men that we have to date. I have not met one person that has made my life significantly easier, because I firmly believe that when you get into a partnership with a man, a woman never benefits. I did the move in with a guy thing, and I daydreamed about it my entire life, and I didn't. I was like, ew, this is literally free labor, and also free work. The thing is, for me, I'm hyper independent. I have literally lived in 5 different cities by the time I was 30, and I moved every single time by myself. I also bought a place when I was 25, a mortgage on my own. I know how to do electrical work. I know how to patch drywall. As long as I have a YouTube video, I'm good. I own my own business. I set up an LLC. I'm literally doing all these things, and when a man is literally trying to pen pal with me just to be casual, it gives me the ick, because what the what do you have to offer? Oh, you paid for my dinner? Oh, you paid for my drinks? You paid for my trip? Okay, I can do that myself. The appeal is not there. Unless a man is truly making my life significantly easier, I would rather be single than be in bad company.
What does making your life significantly easier look like? You can do everything by just watching a YouTube video. And if a man comes in and try to do it for you, you don't really like that. So isn't that kind of confusing though? Because what do you expect him to do? Go get you the move?
No, because we need to speak about this. Why are we in an epidemic of men who no longer pursue women?
It's not even like when we were younger. It kind of is when they would tell their friend, oh, my homeboy like you. You know, people still do that, but at the same time, it don't even get to a point like that. It get to a point where they just will stare at you and never say nothing. Y'all gotta stop doing this. And then a woman is not gonna be with a dude who can't even have confidence to come up and get what he want. Not to say you gonna get what you want, but you the man. And if you have interest in somebody, why not pursue it, especially being the man? I just don't see that, because you wouldn't want a woman coming up to you. I mean, some dudes don't mind that, but at the same time, it's like, a woman shouldn't have to. Personally, that's how I feel. A woman shouldn't have to. It should be a man.
I'm not falling for that propaganda of feminizing the black man. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I feel like agendas get pushed onto our community the hardest because they try to limit us. Because they know that they're going to become the minority really soon. I'm not falling for that propaganda. I'm not feminizing my black men. I'm not doing it. I'm not pushing that. Nothing. Like, yeah, be who you are. But we shouldn't be pushing that on our black men and feminizing them. They are strong black men. That's what they are. No, we're not pushing that over here. No.
I've been ignoring this for a while, but I'm gonna say it now. I'm all for feminism, fully. But somewhere along the way, a lot of you all forgot it was not about pulling men down to feel powerful. It was about standing beside them. Not above, not below, beside. And I say this with love. But the moment I use a male example to explain shame or emotional stuff in my videos, the rage in the comments, it's wild. Suddenly I'm defending men. Suddenly it's patriarchy this, patriarchy that. Babe, no, that's not feminism. That's revenge, that's bitterness. If anger and blame are driving you, that's not healing, that's projection. And don't get me wrong, I know the system's been hell on women. I get it. But hating men, that's not the solution. In fact, I'm just gonna go by my own experience as a coach. I get more male clients than female. These are men doing the inner work, unlearning shame, taking accountability. So if you think men are not trying, you're just not looking at the right places. I just don't understand the double standards. You get to throw tantrums and call it hormones, or this is just how girls are. But when he shuts down, suddenly he's a red flag. Like, babe, he's socially conditioned to suppress. He's unlearning decades of emotional shutdown. See, I'm not here to excuse bad behavior. No, not at all. But I'm here to say healing doesn't happen through blame. It happens through accountability, space, connection. You want better relationships? Stop playing team woman versus team men. Start making it you versus your pattern. Because we have got flaws too. We have got ego too. And healing starts when we stop pointing fingers and start holding mirrors. Not everyone's ready for that. But if you are, let's go.
Why do men cheat with a less attractive woman?
You have to be worried about the unattractive women, because those are the ones who want attention from a man who has a hot girl.
No, y'all still don't get it. Men cheat because they go to a woman that makes them feel respected, that makes them feel peaceful, and that makes them feel appreciated. It's not about looks. It's never been about looks. It's how that girl makes him feel.
So I just walked out on a man in the middle of our workout at the gym because he tried to play in my face.
Oh, brother, buckle up for this nonsense, you guys.
After the workout session, he did express romantic interest. Do I know that men are attracted to me? Yes, I'm not stupid doodle dumb. But does that mean I'm about to be with you, date you? No, we're just doing the gym thing. I very much keep men at an arm's length and a distance at all times. But he was like, if you ever want to go on a date, I am feeling you. I was like, I know you're attracted to me because, again, I'm not stupid. But I'm like, let's do the gym thing. I think this is good. I'm not really looking at, date right now. We're just going to be gym buddies. So we're in the gym today, right? We're doing our workout. Everything's going well. And then there was this woman that approached him. So I don't say nothing. I just kind of looked at her. Now, she did look my way and she was like, hey, I saw you. And I was like, oh my God, that's my dad. Turns out the woman is his daughter. Now, we had just talked about the daughter. I think the first time we worked out, we talked about the daughter. So I'm familiar with her. She's not familiar with me, right? So they're having about a 3-minute conversation. They chopping it up, as they should. But at no point during this conversation did he even look over to me or did he even say, oh, hey, this is my friend Sheila. We're working out. Simple. We're gym buddies. All you could have did was introduce me. But you didn't. So she walks away and he kind of seems like we're about to continue this workout. So which I got off the machine and I was like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable with that. I felt very unseen. Like, we are platonic friends and you could have just introduced me. Now, you did express romantic interest. And with you having romantic interest, you should have for sure introduced me. Which lets me know, like, are you hiding something? You ashamed of me? Because I'm that girl. What you gotta be ashamed of? What you hiding me for?
Ladies, I'm gonna need y'all to lock in because now it's getting embarrassing. Why would that man introduce you to his daughter? He's also not obligated to introduce you to his daughter. He told you he was interested in you, attracted to you, and wanted to date you. You said you just wanted to be buddies. Why would he need to introduce you to his daughter? If he was hiding you, he wouldn't be working out in a public gym with you. If he was embarrassed of you, he wouldn't be working out in a public gym with you. What are you even talking about right now? You walked out on this gym date because he didn't introduce you to his daughter. My man didn't meet my kids for near 2 years. Contrary to popular belief, everyone's not out here just willy-nilly introducing strangers to their kids. Like, he doesn't know what y'all are going to be. You said you're not interested in a relationship right now. Why would he introduce you to his daughter? For what reason did you need to be seen? You said, I felt like I wasn't being seen. You didn't need to be seen. You're what? Y'all are in a public gym. Everybody saw you. Are y'all okay?
Oh my God, you're not making me feel loved. You're not meeting my needs. You're not doing the thing that I told you that I wanted you to do. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. For 2 weeks, women who are critical, dominating, and controlling and whiny need to shut up. And I've been there. I've been her. I have been in your shoes. And I am telling you that you will never, ever be attracting to the type of man you want. And you will never be successful in changing that man. Because when I tell these women who are female clients to shut up for 2 weeks and to not complain to their partner, not to bring up any issue for 2 weeks, they can't do it. They're like, well, that's just going to mean that I'm okay with their behavior. And I'm like, you're already okay with it. This has been going on for how long and you've not left? You're already okay with it. This challenge doesn't mean you're okay with it. This challenge is going to show you why the you stay. It's going to show you where you're not free, where you have these control issues that keep you in something that you're not even happy in because you don't know how to soothe yourself. So you go crying like they're your mommy or daddy to come rock you back to sleep because you can't process your own disappointment. And that is the problem. I have gotten a voice note every single day from the women who are doing this challenge. Like, I have not had one successful day. Like, we're always fighting it. I almost feel like it's worse. And I'm like, yeah, because you're going through the withdrawals, because you're addicted. You're addicted to the false hope and the false starts. You love to snort possibility up your nose. And you're like, wow, the man that he could be, he said he was going to change. And then you get surprised when you have the crash. Because you don't like the actual process that it would take to have a healthy relationship or to become a healthy partner, because in your eyes, that would be boring. Results come from consistency. Consistency is mundane. You're not going to have these fights. Most of the time, it's just going to be you sitting alone. I'm like, okay, well, I probably shouldn't. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, let me move on with my life and go focus on my own goals and dreams. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like a whole lot of nothing going on in your relationship, because that's what a healthy one is. It's one that brings peace, not one that brings stress. But you don't want that as much as you say you do, because it is foolish to think that you can change another man with your whining. You can't even change yourself with all the motivation you have. And these women do want to change. They want to, but even with all the motivation, it's a struggle. And whining isn't going to make a man motivated. So you're making an unmotivated man try to change. Foolish.
And you know, it really honestly and truly, it's a sad day. There was a lady talking about, we're gym buddies. It's purely platonic on my end. He did say that he liked me and he was interested in me romantically, but I don't feel that same way about him. But his daughter comes in the gym and he doesn't introduce me to her. So even if we were going to be something, well, we don't even need to have that. You see what I mean? You're not living in reality. You're living in delusion. You're living in a land of delusion. I mean, even if we weren't going to get together, you said you wanted it to be platonic. Leave that man alone. That's what you said that you wanted. Man, what if nothing? What if nothing? That's what you said you wanted. You wanted, hey, she's pretty. You should get up on her. It's always going to be this thing where modern women, they expect for some reason this sisterhood to come together. Oh yeah, oh she's pretty. You better chase that. Dad, I'm telling you, really chase that. Just give her whatever she wants. She's so beautiful. She's so excellent. That's actually what you wanted. And she didn't do that. I don't really know this woman. I'm here to talk to my dad. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I see you at home. Oh, who is that? Oh, that was my daughter. Oh, well, why did you introduce me? Well, I just felt like, if we weren't going to be, I could have introduced you as a friend, but I just felt like, if you wanted to keep it platonic, then, we working out together. Let's keep it platonic. So, that's the end of that. Because even if you try to introduce them platonically, women know. You wouldn't just be working out with some random girl a lot of time. Women know what's up. You know what's up. You know what it is. You just wanted to be seen.
And today, on how sexism is only funny if it's about men, please see the following.
Under my leadership, women would not have to pay taxes. No, they wouldn't. You're a woman. No taxes for you. Everything is a tax write-off for you.
Oh, it gets better.
Next, tampons free. Pads free. Anything to do with menstrual cycle and pain is free, bitch.
And how are those going to be paid for? Oh, yeah, that's right. That half of the population that would be left paying taxes would be footing the bill for those.
Next, we are going to stop funding male medical research. No more of it. From now on, we are only doing studies and research for women, on women's health only. From here on out, thank you so much.
So half of the population is not deserving of medical research? Oh dear.
Next, all men must go to work under my leadership. Yes, you must. You must be at work. Providing for any woman and every woman in your life. It's a requirement under my leadership, bitch.
Yeah, no. There are those of us women out there that can actually take care of ourselves. Sorry that some don't fall into that category.
And finally, every man is guilty until proven innocent. That's just a quick little roundup under my leadership of what I'm aiming, okay? Thank you. This is a Simona project.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who's wondering, who exactly is going to be enforcing this new sexist regime? I wonder if they thought that part through.
Okay, listen, this is just a reminder that men are disgusting and they do not care about half the that you think that they care about. They do not care about the little things that you obsess over in your head.
We barely talked all day, and then I texted him. I was like, "Hey, do you want to call?" And he just goes, "Can't." And I said, "Okay, we're good, right?" And he just said yes. And then he didn't snap me or anything for like 4 hours, and I just sent him a snap asking if he wanted to like see what I was painting, because I'm painting. I was like, "Hey, you want to see what I painted?" And he just left it on open. Like, I'm not forcing you to date me. You don't have to be with me, okay? Just tell me so I'm not like wasting my time anymore.
And you were?
You don't get it. There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator don't play no You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no.
What do you feel about girls expecting gifts from men? Chanel purse.
But like, what do you mean girls? Like my wife, my girlfriend?
I'm not talking about wife.
Girlfriend, like a random girl, like who?
Not even like someone you're talking to. Not even necessarily like a girlfriend.
And she wants a gift for me.
Let's say you're talking to her for like 2 weeks.
And she wants a gift for me.
And she wants you to take her shopping. What do you think about that?
Then she just wants
She wants you to pay for her nails. She wants to
not
pay
me.
for her
That's not me.
hair.
You're not. I'm
That's
not.
not you. But
I'm
what
not
do
your
you
sugar
think
daddy.
about that?
That's fine.
What's your thoughts
if
on
that's
that?
what you're used to, then go look for that. You know, you're looking for a credit card. You're not looking for a man. Because if we're talking for 2 weeks, we're not official. You're not my girlfriend. You're not my wife. We're not engaged.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? There's no feelings there. I feel like that 2 weeks is not enough to build a connection or love. I'll take my wife shopping. I'll take my girl shopping because there's love there.
Yeah.
But a random chick, then at that point, I'm your sugar daddy.
If you hit a man, like you full on as hard as you can, do you think that he should be allowed to hit you back?
I think that men should not hit women. Yeah. Even if a girl hits you as hard as they can.
What about, is it wrong for the girl?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He's expected to control his rage and his emotions and his like, but the woman, she just got mad and hit him.
Okay, if you think about it, right? Like, I think that's one of the questions on the questionnaire. Like, are men physically stronger than women?
Wait, have you ever hit somebody?
I have.
Like a guy?
Yeah.
And did he hit you first?
No.
That's a position of privilege, right? I don't really understand why they have it, because if you want equality and egalitarianism, the idea here is going to be based around the fact that chivalry is gone. We are now equals. If a man hits you in the face and you can punch them back, why is it if a woman punches you in the face, you can't punch her back? That actually doesn't make any sense.
I'm saying is that men are physically stronger than women. Like, for example,
but
like
men are physically stronger than other men. So if a man who is less strong than me punches me in the face and I punch him back in the face as hard as I can, I'm still punching somebody weaker than me in the face. Why is that socially acceptable, but not socially acceptable to punch a woman who's weaker? That makes no sense.
I don't want to say this, like, but I am. There's not really any, like, men these days. Like, you know what, like, masculine men. When I'm talking about masculine, I don't mean, like, bulk dudes, like, like dumb right now. I'm talking about, like, masculine men. Like, where are those guys? You know, like, someone like my brother and my dad. They're
what makes a masculine?
Yeah, what do you
man?
want in a masculine man?
Like change a tire type?
It has nothing to do with looks. It's just a guy who can just like support you and like no jealousy. Just like, you know, it's not easy dating me, you know, because, you know, like I said, I'm kind of like an alpha, you know, so I got to meet someone who's more alpha than me.
So you want more alpha, you don't want a beta.
No,
because a lot of the alpha homegirls that I have a little bit more of a beta boyfriend situation.
Because I have dated someone that was very, very a yes man, and it was very sweet, but then it gets boring.
They just don't know what they want. She couldn't even answer the question. He says, what is a masculine? What do you consider a masculine man to be? And she couldn't even tell you. Somebody who supports you and is not jealous is a masculine man? That's your answer? Somebody who's more alpha than you?
I need to know what goes on in men's brains because we needed soy sauce and my husband was like, oh, let me order some. What is this? We are two people. This is a gallon of soy sauce.
I'm going to tell you a little secret about men if you want the man in your life to help you out. When that man helps you out, do not complain about it because here he is. You needed soy sauce and he got the soy sauce. It is a huge mistake to complain about how he got it and what exactly he got. As long as it was soy sauce, it is what you asked for. He solved the problem. But look, for the sake of argument, let's dive into it for a second. These are 3 reasons why he ended up getting that soy sauce. Number 1, when you're ordering groceries online or you're on Amazon, you may not realize how much product it really is because it's just a little tiny picture of it. 2, it's a cost savings. It's less money per ounce. You should appreciate your thrifty man. And 3, he doesn't have the opportunity cost next time of having to buy more soy sauce. Like, you guys are set, and that soy sauce, it does not expire. That stuff stays good forever. There are so many women out there that would actually appreciate this effort. They're even entering the comments, which is hilarious because they're asking if this woman wants to divorce her husband, that they will take him.
If a man asks you out on a coffee date, charge him $500. As a divorce lawyer, let me tell you why. Coffee is for colleagues. Coffee is not for courting. Would that man ask Margot Robbie out on a coffee date? When a man asks you out on a coffee date, what he's really saying is, I want your time, your energy, your presence at the lowest possible cost to me. Coffee is cheap. Coffee is convenient. Coffee takes 0 effort. And yet your time is not cheap. Your presence is not convenient. And your energy is not effortless. It's valuable. If a man asks you out for coffee, send him an invoice. Charge him $500 because that's closer to the real value of your time, your energy, and your presence.
I don't know how she says this with such a straight face, but for women that agree with this, that is what makes men believe that women are delusional and transactional. Because he knows, I know, and you should know that you're not Margot Robbie. So a coffee date is totally appropriate for normal folk like us, which is why I highly recommend for you guys that are out there dating, keep on making the coffee date your first date because it is a good filter and it keeps the delusional women at bay.
I'm waving a symbolic white flag, okay, ladies? I know I've been hard on you for the past couple days and I want to have a serious conversation. The reason why I am so passionate about this topic of women seeing men as human and not just the butt of some joke on social media is because I used to be like y'all. I used to laugh at all the jokes and repost the videos. I followed Drew and haha, men suck. Yeah. And then I was in a relationship with a man who for all intents and purposes was very good to me. And I didn't respect him. And I ended up cheating on him. And I felt terrible for that. And I didn't want to hide behind my emotions or how he made me feel or whatever. I had to put that on myself. I had to take accountability for that. I had to go to therapy for that. I had to realize that I was wrong, and the way that I saw myself in relationships and the way I saw men was not right. So I started talking and really listening to the men in my life, asking them questions, trying to see how they see things, understanding their perspective, watching male content creators, trying to hear them out. And what they said made a lot of sense. And I realized that these women were not being respectful towards men in the same way that they wanted respect from men. And I didn't like that. This all happened with my brain fully developing, so maybe some of the girlies just aren't there yet. But here's hoping that one day you learn to realize, if you haven't already, that men are people too. Just like women can be bad, men can be bad. Just like women can be good, men can be good. And here's hoping we all get to that realization eventually.
A lot of these modern women, because they keep on talking about there's no masculine men nowadays. And there's actually plenty of masculine men. It's just that y'all are super masculine. You don't think about it. You just think, oh, well, I'm just living. I'm in survival mode. And I can't come out of survival mode until somebody gives me the pathway to relax and be in my feminine. And so you put all the pressure on the man to not only be masculine, because he already is, but you actually want him to be what that one woman called a double alpha, a triple alpha. And then when she said, well, I'm an alpha, I'm pretty hard to deal with. So what you mean to say, once again, is that men are actually masculine. You're just hard to deal with. You're just hard to get along with. That's what you actually mean. Come on, guys. This is foolishness.